and welcome to the news headlines at this hour. Sudanese protesters returned to the streets on Monday to call for more reforms a year after a power-sharing deal between the pro-democracy movement and the generals. Sudan is on a fragile path of democracy after a popular uprising led the military to overthrow former autocratic President Omar al-Bashir in April 2019. A military-civilian government now rules the country, with elections possible in late 2022. The demonstrations were organized by local groups linked to the Sudanese Professional Associations, which spearheaded the uprising against al-Bashir. A Japanese bulk carrier that has leaked hundreds of tons of fuel oil off the Mauritius coast has broken apart. The MV Wakashio ran aground on a coral reef on 25 July with 4,000 tons of fuel, causing an ecological emergency. Most of the fuel had already been pumped out, officials said, but on Saturday the ship's condition worsened. South Korea warned on Monday of tighter novel coronavirus restrictions as new outbreaks appeared, including one linked to a church where more than 300 members of the congregation have been infected, but hundreds more are reluctant to get tested. The outbreak linked to the Sarang Jei Church in Seoul, in the country's biggest in nearly 6 months, and led to a tightening of social distancing rules on Sunday. The Korea Center for Disease Control and Prevention reported 197 new cases as of midnight on Saturday, mostly in the Seoul metropolitan area, marking the fourth day of a 3-digit tally. Japan, the world's third largest economy, was hit by its biggest economic slump down on record in the second quarter amid the COVID-19 pandemic, wiping out the benefits brought by Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's Abenomics stimulus policy deployed in late 2012. According to government data released on Monday, Japan saw gross domestic product fall 7.8% in the second quarter compared with the previous quarter, or 27.8% on an annualized basis, marking the biggest decline since comparable data became available in 1980. The third stage of the research on the world's first registered vaccine against the novel coronavirus, Sputnik V, may begin in 7 to 10 days, according to reports. Tens of thousands of people are expected to take part in this research of the vaccine created by the Gamaleya Scientific Research Institute of Epidemiology and Microbiology of the Russian Health Ministry, as per TASS News. On Monday, we will present the first version of the protocol on first registration research. Alexander Ginsberg, director of Gamaleya Research Center, was quoted as saying, As Belarus experiences a spasm of mass protests and a brutal police crackdown, its giant neighbor Russia has been uncharacteristically low-key in its response. When upheavals struck other former Soviet states, notably Georgia and Ukraine, Russia pounced on opportunities to increase its influence. Moscow portrayed these protests as Western-backed efforts that roped in both naive young people with extremist forces, including neo-Nazis, and quickly capitalized on Ukraine's 2014 chaos to annex Crimea and back separatist rebels in the east. But if Russia has a strategy for Belarus, it's obscure. Global N95 mass market to reach US $5.3 billion by 2027. Amid the COVID-19 crisis, the global market for N95 masks estimated at $4.1 billion in the year 2020 is projected to reach a revised size of $5 billion by 2021. This is Jyoti speaking for Our Voice.
Preview.